So for me, I come from a family. I have 2 brothers, 2 sisters. I was raised by my mother. Kind of grew up in I guess you can call it a dysfunctional family. My dad wasn't around, so it was my siblings and me and my mom. My mom worked all the time, so it was my older sisters who pretty much fend for me and my younger brother. So we were mostly left alone, pretty much. You know, my mom had to work to provide for the kids, so we stayed home, and you know, my sisters took care of me and my younger brother. As I gotten older, you know, I was around alcohol and drugs from a tiny kid at the age of 10 years old. You know, I remember going to parties, not really parties, just family gatherings, you call it. And, you know, my uncles, everyone's drinking and having a good time. So as a kid, I was pretty much always around drugs and alcohol. My mom and my dad both come from an addiction background, so it's pretty much generational for me. My uncles actually gave me a drink of alcohol. Didn't think any harmful thing to it, but they gave me a drink when I was 11 just to get a kick out of it and a laugh. So my drug started with alcohol, and then it moved to marijuana. I started using marijuana when I was 14. I was very active in school and sports, very popular. I attended, you know, school regularly, but I still I still smoked through high school and middle school. When I was introduced to cocaine and ecstasy at the age of 15, I played with that, you know, bounced back from the weed, the alcohol. I bounced and played with that for probably 3 years. From the age of 18 to 20, I dealt with the cocaine. From probably 23 to 29, I dealt with heroin. Yeah. And when I say deal with it, I mean I've sold it, I've used it, I snorted it, I injected it, I've relapsed from it, I've overdosed from it. It took several homes from me. I lost my family from it. I lost my children from it. You know, it's definitely a drug I wouldn't wish on anyone. Definitely. It took a toll on my life. It took everything from me multiple times. I've been through recovery for it. I've relapsed countless times from heroin. And, you know, I battled with it for more than 10 years. I mean, it was a hard drug to kick. You know, talking about it gets me emotional a little bit, but, you know, I believe that my life had a better, you know, God had a calling for me. He truly had a calling for me, and I realized that that lifestyle wasn't what I wanted anymore. Yeah. So, altogether, I can definitely say I battled with addiction for over 15 years, but I've been clean and sober for almost 5.5 years. To keep this lifestyle that I have now, I had to change everything. I had to change the people, the places, and the things. You know, the friends that I had, I didn't think they were my friends because, you know, I'm a firm believer if you're my friend, then you won't want to hurt or kill your friend, you know. So I had to change that as far as hanging around people that I knew that wasn't that good for me. So I had to surround myself with people that want better for themselves, who strive for success in their life, happiness, joy, those things in that nature. That's who I want to be around today, yes. I spend time with my kids, my wife. I attend church regularly, things in that nature. I surround myself with positive people. I truly believe that if it wasn't God never leaving me nor forsaking me, I wouldn't be here where I'm at today. He's always had his hand on me through all my trials and all my tribulations. I know God has always been there for me. And without him, I wouldn't be here today. I got to brag on my apostle, my pastor. He doesn't like the accolades like that, but he truly is an inspiration. Like I look up to him more than what he probably knows that, and having him in my corner he's able to speak things into me that I can't speak to myself. You know what I mean? He truly gives me hope. When I'm down and out, I can call him, or if I just want a conversation, I can call him. In recovery, you have to have a corner. You have to have a strong corner. You got to have a support system. If you don't have a support system, you will fail. If you don't have people that you can lean on when you're feeling down and out, you probably will relapse. In recovery, it's best to, find what works for you, shall I say. If meetings in AA works for you, that's what you should do. If church, whatever it is that works for you, you just find whatever it is that works for you and stick to it. That's what I do. I stick to my program. It's the things that I do now is nothing what I do back then. For me, it was my higher power, my faith. All of my answers comes from my higher power. My prayer life, staying in the Word, and surrounding myself with my church family. That's what keeps me grounded in recovery and in my faith at the same time. Because for me, I feel like it all ties in together. I would just like to say to anyone out there that doesn't think that recovery is possible, that it is possible, because I was one of those people that didn't think that I would ever stop using drugs. I thought it was just going to be a part of my life forever, but that's not the case now. I truly believe if you put your faith in God and you believe in something that's greater than yourself, and you truly apply yourself in recovery, I always tell people, chase your recovery like you chased that drug. If you put that same energy into chasing your recovery, you will succeed.